Hello, everyone. We are back with the Roottrees are dead, and we're going to start the I don't know if it's extra content, 'cause I'm not sure it was a DLC, but Roottreemania. Find out what happens to the infamous family in a whole new mystery. Let's go. It will spoil unchecked content. Make sure you've tied up any loose ends before starting. I did. Sure. Oh, no. Second one. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Clark. Probably not who you expected to be knocking. Life's funny sometimes.
The one that married the two sisters.
You've done well staying anonymous. It took us a while to track you down. A lot has happened in the last year. Far too much of it public. But there's stuff going on behind the scenes, too. I never wanted to be president. I'm not great with stress. With my mother's deteriorating
Oh, so they made you president?
I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm here because part of the fallout of Sam's book is that everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Now that it's public knowledge the Clancy Trust covers any Roottree despite their history with us, a lot of potential cousins have surfaced. You may have seen that man on the cover of News Time. It was a disaster for us.
I'm guessing that's going to be a new periodical.
And then Miracle went and made it all about himself.
Of course he
The long
did.
and short of it is a lot of potential cousins just showed up. Sam's helping some of them. But she's not really going about it the right way. And she's not taking calls from anyone in the family. I let it slip through a mutual friend that I found you, and I was stopping in. It's manipulative, but I'm hoping she'll reach out to you. You can let her know I'm on her side. In the meantime, if you're willing, I can share our files with you. Pass them along to Sam if she reaches out. I'm genuinely hoping she'll realize I'm an ally. Feel free to do your own research. I've been told you enjoy things like this. To each their own.
Okay. I like that they just extended it. That's cool. Yeah, he is. Okay. Is there what's the starting point? Possible infidelity 3? What? Family tree update 1998. Final affair, first affair. Possible infidelity 2. What in the world? Okay. Let's do reminders. This is a new investigation with a new focus after many months of newfound interest in the Roottrees. It is recommended you try to catch up with some of what happened since last time. Some of the web searches may yield new or different results, and some books and magazines from your previous investigation may be relevant to your new one. It's also a much more widespread search. The list of first and last names you can choose from will contain red herrings. Not all of them will be used. Below is a reminder of some of the most notable beats of your initial dive into the Roottree family tree. All evidence from before is still available, and for your convenience, any searches that do not lead to new information still function as they did during your first investigation. That's cool. Oh, I needed a new one. Okay. The Roottree Candy Company was founded by Elias and Gwyneth. All right, let's do. I don't need to do this. The entire family has a financial reliance on the health of that company. Most of the action took place in or around Butler County, Pennsylvania, where the company was initially located. Elias, Carl, and Rayner were on the cover of magazines. Other notable root trees such as Lauren Roottree, Miracle Roottree, and Jim Roottrees have physical media such as record albums, books, and movies associated with them. Lauren's two diaries was probably the most useful source overall, mentioning many of her relatives directly. The 5 pieces, Elias's children, could be identified based on the initials of the original candy flavors. There were 5 presidents of the Roottree Company. Many were featured in periodicals. Stephanie Jones and Brian Jones were featured in campaign posters and led to Carolyn Morton's art book, which enabled you to find out most of the tree. I don't think I did that. I don't think that's something I got. Many of the younger Roottrees were found by following a complex rabbit hole through a conspiracy site that led to finding a searchable web address for Chris Rafferty, Lauren's grandson. Chris Raff, 75. That is Clark's son. November Roottree was really difficult to place. Her occupation could only be found via Brian Jones' company's website. November. Ronald and his brother Robert go by Ron and Robbie. I need to remember that. Both worked on a TV show called Brother Trouble until Robbie embezzled money and fled to Paris. Ryan unsuccessfully tried to have Robbie removed from the Clance Trust. Sam and her father were cryptically mentioned in a book about historical letters. There's also a few dead ends and red herrings. Elias, Herman Roottree, who claimed to have been a Roottree but was not. Family Man, a book about Elias Roottree, turned out to be propaganda and not useful. I don't think I even looked up that. Lawrence's other books, historical romance novels, were not very useful on their own, though could lead to other information. Caroline Merton's sculptures were not useful. Okay, and there's 8 things we can find from here. Roottreemania. August 3rd, 1999. Which is the first story was December 6, 1998, so not a full year. Okay. We have to read this. The day August 3rd, there was a knock at your door. Clark Rafferty LaRoe, the current president of the Roottree Company, Candy Company, so he makes number 6. I'm pretty sure it's 6. Explained that multiple people have come out of the woodwork to claim to be Roottrees. He has been trying to work with Sam, but she has not answered his calls. He also handed you a letter that he said you could share with Sam that said the following: to both of you. The company I hired to help us with Clance Trust is busy pouring through the entire family's history, as well as people they may have had contact with. That said, the family is not particularly happy with this and are doing their best to slow things down. Many of them are actively avoiding our interviews. Each time there is a high-profile public case, it causes headaches. So please, I don't mind if you do your research, but I ask that you stop going to the press. Instead, we have a highly trained team of lawyers to back you up. We're ready and willing to verify anyone and everyone you believe would be realistically part of the relationship that led to the birth of a new Roottree. Just tell us who to investigate by filling in the new sections of the tree, and we'll take the time to handle verifying the timeline checks out. But keep in mind while we're here, If someone didn't have a child or has already been disqualified by our lawyers, like in the case of the girl with the negative DNA test, there won't be a place for them on the tree. We're not just looking for affairs and infidelities, we're only looking for the ones that led to a potential new root tree. Some spots in the new section will be marked with a tree icon. These areas are reserved for members of the original family tree you filled in 8 months ago. Yep. Just like last time, be sure to use birth names for everyone you add. Married names or nicknames won't be enough. To start sorting out the infidelities, I recommend you turn your eyes to the men in positions of power. I love to say that's only because it would have been a lot harder for the women to hide 9 months of pregnancy and birth without the family noticing, but I can't. I'll be blunt. I'm no stranger to infidelity, duh. I wish I could claim that I was a perfect husband, but using the family tree, so I pretend. Some of us learned how to wield our family name and fortune to our benefit. Consequences be damned. I can't change the past or unhurt those who I betrayed. Instead, all I can do is be honest with myself and to you. Refuse to make any more mistakes and do my best to sort out the various messes we've left behind. So please, fill in the tree, and together we can figure out how to begin to make amends. Good luck, and thank you both. Clark. The question is he legit about this? So this is your original tree members. Wait, what? What is this? Okay. That's notable figures. Today is August 3rd, 1999. It has been 8 months since you helped Sad Madison with the research necessary for her book. Sam was true to her word and paid you an incredibly large sum of money. She never mentioned you by name, however, so you've managed to keep a low profile. The Roottrees, on the other hand, have not. Below is a summary of notable events since the book's release, so you can refresh your memory in full detail by searching online. What is this star? 6 pieces. Sam Madison's book about Elias Roottree was released in February. Okay. So, book. Six pieces. Okay. It was a bestseller for a few months. At the time, Carl had not yet been replaced. The Roottree Rift. In March, the Roottree company stumbled publicly as they attempted to respond to the book's release with multiple conflicting press releases and a clear lack of leadership. Okay. Clark Rafferty LaRoe. Clark was announced as the permanent successor to Carl Roottree and welcomed Sam Madison to the family officially. The company hired an outside legal group to handle the changes to the Clancy Trust. This included any new questions of lineages. Okay. So there's new changes in the trust. Clancy Trust. New changes. 5 Ps. After this announcement, there was a crash of different people claiming to be Roottrees, mostly dismissed as opportunists and scammers. The highest profile of these, by a wide margin, was a rapper named Felix Fellows. Real name. Who changed his moniker to 5 Ps as a publicity move at the same time. 5 Ps is the only notable person on the updated tree. So he's actually a Roottree? Roottreemania. And another high-profile misstep, Miracle Roottree publicly and vehemently denied that 5 Ps was a Roottree. The Rootree's legal team then offered to do a DNA test to get 5 Ps to drop his claim. And in a moment that caught what seemed like the entire world by storm, the test proved he was a Roottree. Suddenly, the world was obsessed with the Roottrees, Anonymous and Jane Doe Roottree. In July, an anonymous woman, who the press began to refer to as Anonymous, appeared in interviews with her face and voice disguised. She claimed that an affair with a Roottree led to the birth of her daughter, aka Jane Doe Roottree. If true, this could make her daughter yet another secret Roottree, and therefore entitled to a share of the clan's trust. Nobody knew it at the time, but this would turn out to be the last chapter in the Roottreemania saga. As more and more of Anonymous's story came out, people began to notice how much it echoed 5P's in nearly every significant way. The court of public opinion began to turn, confirming the world's suspicion. The DNA test, orchestrated by lawyers on both sides, proved that her daughter was not a Roottree. This final event caused public disappointment. Smugness from doubters and countless accusations of the entire ordeal being an elaborate hoax to attempt at fraud. Things got a bit ugly, and the fun of Roottreemania seemed to disappear overnight. Now, a month later, it feels like a distant memory. Anonymom. We know. I guess we can look into her, even though we know her daughter's not a Roottree. Okay. Start here. This is new. Oh, no, it may not be. Oh, archives evidence. Cool. Excuse me. And then, where did they put? Oh, there we go. Then I have no idea why they separated them, but okay. All right, let's start. Pin pop is up. Well, no, history's not up. Okay. First, I kind of want to look into Clark. Older version of this page in the time travel archive. Where is that? New president of the Roottree Corporation. This does not include. Let's actually do this. Oh wait. Okay. He is new and sixth president. That both Clark and Ron will be taken over for what was essentially described as a transitional period. Wait. In the aftermath of 6 Pieces, about 2 weeks later, the company released a press that thanked Ron for his work, but announced that Clark was now the permanent president. Ron. Huh. Dual president, but didn't happen. But was later thanked and then okay. Most Information about Clark you already knew. Many descriptions of him tend to focus on his advertising career, and that his mother was Lauren Roottree. Few seem to touch on his complex and volatile marriage history. Since taking over, Clark has tried to remain out of the spotlight, but did have one notable foray into the public eye. He gained a lot of support when his first move was a statement in favor of accepting Sam and her family into the trust. This also served as an announcement that the clan's trust would no longer be handled by anyone in the family, since due to their financial motivation, none of them could ever be impartial. That is true. Huh. This does not include Root. Okay. Oh, wait. Who's Root stuff then? Root, deceased members of the family, but it contains no new information. Managed by a designer who was apparently Brenda White's second in command. You don't recognize her name, and she seems unrelated to your search. There's also a scholarship page. On it, you find information about the Roottree Sisters Foundation, the Sisters Family Fashion Scholarship. It is awarded to 3 underprivileged high school girls each year who wish to pursue a career in fashion. Apparently, it also gives them an opportunity to show off their designs on professional models on a real runway. According to the site, the fund was created directly from shares that would have contributed to the inheritance of the Roottree Sisters if they were still alive. Like other aspects of the clan's trust, is managed by Ruby Legal Enterprises. It's the name of the law firm that has been hired by Roottree Candy Company. The company is named after its head lawyer, Ruby Spratt. Okay, highlight that. Law firm hired by company. Head lawyer, Ruby. Right. You can't find much about the company from before this year, though all the articles tell the same tale. After the fiasco of 6 Pieces and the revelation of the Rootree's internal law group was complicit in such a cover-up, they hired an outside counsel. The Ruby Legal Enterprise Group now seems to have ties to multiple aspects of the Roottree Corporation, including the Candy Company and Root. They were recently in the news due to a high-profile lawsuit they raised against Cicely Sanchez. Okay. It was okay. Let's go back. Cicely Sanchez. Author. Let's look her up. Author best known for Portrait of a Changed Man. Released in 1979. Her follow-up, Foreign Gospel, did not perform as well critically, but still sold quite respectively. She had written a few books since then, including a biography of Van Gogh, but her first 2 are her claim to fame. According to a site about authors, Cicely is known for her nonfiction with the focus on exploring darkness in the human psyche. Let's do. Let's do confirmed. No. And then, oh crap. People one. We're going to change this one to businesses. I think that's correct. That may be wrong. Let's add that up. Random people. Question mark. Sicily. Author. Mainly non-fiction. With a focus on exploring darkness in the human psyche. Recently, she appeared in a magazine called Picotti. Magazine. Okay. Wait. With an article about a book she had been commissioned to write for Guy Hudson. We know Guy is as Clark. Guy, you should hear. Oh, that's Zach. Your Guy. The twin. Third president. Okay. Okay. The magazine and Cicely herself were immediately issued a cease and desist due to its inclusion of pictures that she never had the rights to publish. The issue was pulled from store shelves, making it an instant collector's item. Book was pulled from shelf because of cease. I might as well spell it out. Of cease and desist. By what's the name of the business? Ruby Legal. Wait, what? I didn't save it. Book was pulled from shelves because of the cease and desist. By Ruby Legal. Okay. This is a lot. Did Guy die? I don't think he did. Or he did. He died in a car accident. Oh, did you have pictures of the car accident? Magazine hold a picture of guy, a photo of his guy and his mother. When did we get that? A few people that existed adjacent to the company in the 70s have come forward with stories about debauchery and swinger parties. Okay, that was something we did not know. You were the 4th president. Died in car accident. Rumored to be involved in swing. I don't even have to put debauchery. I could just put swinger parties. He liked to throw large holiday parties whenever he had an excuse, and they often got very out of hand. The fact has led some people to speculate that the night he died in a car crash, he was drunk or impaired in some way. But the Butler County Police has released several statements and ample evidence that proves decisively that it was not foul play and that no party had taken place. Roottree lawyers have been quick to threaten litigations to anyone who has tried to disparage Guy or the company in public. Nope. Okay. Let's look up because I'm focused on Guy right now, which I don't know why, but I'm interested. You know, not you. Let's do T. Focus on, okay. Issue that focus on talking toy fish, and the demonic message is supposedly said as the batteries ran low. Picklety had an article about a canceled book by Cicely Sanchez. The book's subject was Guy Hudson, and the issue was said to contain pictures that Cicely did not have the right to publish. Because of the pictures, this issue was pulled from the stores. Due to this recall, the version found in these archives is incomplete. What's the name of the book? Okay. What did we get? Picklety. Face elbow? Could this popular gift be filling homes with satanic messages? Cicely reveals Rootree's secrets. The utensil that will help you lose 50 pounds? Really? Missing pages. This was the issue of Picklety magazine that contained an article about Cicely Sanchez. The story concerned an unreleased book she had written about Guy Hudson. It seems that it uses photos of Guy that Cicely did not own the rights to publish. Unfortunately, the magazine was issued a cease and desist by the Roottree lawyers. The magazine was pulled from the shelves, and the version you find in your periodical search had the relevant pages removed, rendering this magazine useless. Unless you want to read about a potential demonic fish toy, why not? Bass Elbub, BASS. Was that right? Yep, that was. Okay. Okay. Let's look up her books. Library. If I do Guy Hudson. Nothing. Okay. I just wanted to check. Foreign Gospel. Out of print. It tells the tale. Wait. Foreign Gospel. And Portrait of a Changed Man. Foreign Gospel tells the tale from a male from the Catholic Church who claims he was told by God that he should travel to Thailand and began to preach, specifically with the goal to convert 10,000 people. He returned to the United States after just over 2 years, claiming to have succeeded. This book tells his version of his story, but the author Cicely Sanchez also traveled to Thailand to investigate these claims and talk with some of the so-called converted. Okay, what about the other one? The book's description has this to say: what if everything you stand for, everything you know to be true today could disappear in an instant? All of your politics, relationships gone at the blink of an eye. Would you still be you? Cicely Sanchez tells this powerful true story about a man who woke up after being saved from drowning in his backyard pool and became an entirely different person. Included are interviews from those who knew him best before, as well as one-on-one chat that paints an entirely different picture. You won't be able to put it down without wondering, what if this were me? Both supposed to be non-fiction. Huh. Yeah, we knew that. Let's go back. Huh. If we do Piketty, Guy Hudson focused on a talking toy fish, and the demonic message is supposedly said as the batteries ran. We knew that. What's the freaking pictures? Nope. Let's try. Portrait of a Changed Man. Let's try. All right. Ooh. Has been updated for at least 8 months and may now be relevant. Hasn't been issued. And okay. Okay, happy that's the thing. May not be irrelevant. Let's try. I learned the hard way. Always go through these. I doubt that. We did that. Okay. Next. Let's look up. We might as well do the notables. Six pieces, I guess. Unwrapping Americans. Oh, another book. Sam Madsen. Oh, that's the one she wrote. Sam Madsen. That's her name. 6 piece. Oh, I have that. I just never have the name. 6 piece. Unwrapping. America's Sweetest Family, 1999, and perhaps assisted by the still relatively recent plane crash shot to the top of the charts. Reviews were mixed, and its time on the bestsellers list were limited to only 2 months. Most reviewers agreed that the core of the book about Samantha's father and the struggles they faced was compelling, and that the takedown of the hypocrisy of Elias Roottree was deserved. However, many took umbrage with the timing of the release and the tone of the book, which seems vindictive. It did. Elias. The first one, I'm guessing, yeah. The fallout from the book led to the Roottree Company scrambling to release a statement, and due to the conflict of leadership, famously released multiple conflicting official statements over 3 days. This confusing move was referenced in popular culture due to a late-night sketch about indecisionitis, but more traditional analysis have been calling it the Roottree Rift. A few months later, due to Roottreemania, the book re-entered the charts and sold even better than the first time. Huh. Alright. Wow. Sam. Unwrapping America's Sweetest Family. Sam Madsen's book was released earlier this year and detailed the truth about Elias Roottree, as well as Sam's fathers, Clancy Roottree and John Miller. You've helped verify her story, so much of the book's core contents are familiar to you. That said, Sam has some sections of her family's secrets and rumors. Most of it didn't matter to the primary purpose of the book, and some of it is new to you and may be important to your new search. These sections have been added to your notes. Oh, she used this picture. That's cool. Actually. I missed the freaking picture. That's annoying. It actually sucks. Okay. Sam's books have a few different passages about her own history with the company and the rumors and gossip she collected during that tenure. She ran the farm for a period starting around 1968. After the death of Elias Roottree, we knew that, and her daughter Gwyneth until her daughter Gwyneth took over in 1984.